Okay, so we're going to install a sink drain. In this case, it's going to be relatively simple because we just have a single bowl, which means one sink. There's also a double bowl, which means it has two sinks. So this is our basket strainer. It's going to go into our sink and then hook up a tailpiece to the bottom of this, and that tailpiece is going to the P-trap, and then the P-trap is going to our wall cleanout. Okay, so the first step in installing this new sink drain is to get our basket strainer ready. And that's going to require some putty here. Make sure you're wearing your gloves because you don't want to get this stuff on your skin. This is really like Play-Doh, so you just get a little bit in your hand and just going to roll it like so. Just make a nice little bead here, probably about 1/4 inch thick, and we're just going to put it around the rim of this basket strainer. And now we're just going to place this into the sink. Okay, so up next we're going to connect our gaskets and our nut here. The International Building Code states that for every linear foot of pipe, you need a 1/4 inch drop so the water can drain properly. If you don't, you're going to have some backup issues in your plumbing. But in this case, I can see that it's definitely way more than a 1/4 inch drop to our cleanout. So I don't need to measure. Let's go under here and we'll get this hooked up. Okay, so now that we're under here, we're going to put our gasket in first. Make sure that it's nice and snug up against the top of our basket strainer. Okay, then you get your nut and you go ahead and you screw it on. Tighten it as much as you can with your hand at first. Make sure you don't over tighten it, but be sure you tighten it enough or you're going to have issues with your drain. All right, typically when you put your basket strainer in, you're going to get some excess putty that comes out. So we're just going to wipe around the rim and just get that excess putty out. Okay, so now we're going to get our tailpiece. We're going to put our washer on here, and be careful because these go a certain way. You want to put the angled end upwards towards your connection like so. Push it up tight and then screw our nut on a bit. Just hand tighten it for now so you can have a little wiggle room when you hook up the rest of your pipe. So I've already pre-cut this. We're going to do the same thing. Push it in here tight. Push your nut against where your connection's going. Hand tighten it. And now our P-trap connection. This is just a gravity drain, so you don't have to make sure it's super tight, but you want to get it tight enough to where there's no leaks. Now we're going to turn on the water and check for leaks. Make sure you run it a minute or so just to make sure that everything is good. Okay, looks like there's no leaks here. Our paper towel is dry. Looks like we successfully fixed the sink drain.